Welcome to today's Emunah Minute. This past week's parsha we read about the Nazir. The Nazir is the individual who undertakes a neder, he takes a vow. And part of that Nazirite vow is he abstains from going ahead and cutting his hair. He abstains from drinking wine, eating grapes, eating grape products. And again, all of this is in an effort to further his own personalistic purity, his own personalistic piety. He's striving to become a tzaddik. The Gemara notes the juxtaposition between a section of Sota, which deals with the woman suspected of adultery, the parsha of Nazir, to highlight the idea that the Nazir is a person who sees just stuff unraveling, whether it's stuff unraveling in himself, stuff unraveling in life, stuff unraveling in others, and he decides to engage in some course-correcting activity in order to be able to infuse, as we just mentioned before, a bit more holiness into his life. But what's interesting to note is that when his Nazirite vow comes to an end, the Neder Nazirus ends, he's obligated to bring offerings. And one of the offerings he has to bring is a sin offering, a chatas. And the Gemara discusses, why would the Nazir have to bring a chatas? After all, as we just said before, here's a man who's trying to further his kedusha, further his holiness. It's true he's abstaining, but he's doing it for good reasons. But the Gemara says, why does he bring a chatas? Mishum shetzir atzmo min hayayin. Because he deprived himself from wine. He deprived himself. Wine is not prohibited. Wine is mutter. There are enough things in Judaism that are prohibited. You don't have to start adding on additional layers of prohibition. You don't have to start adding on additional stringencies that are not necessary. I understand why you did it. I understand. But at the end of the day, there's an element of sinful behavior from abstaining from that which is permitted. Now, this is an interesting dynamic, because the truth is, elsewhere we find that Kidoshin Tziyu, the concept of being holy, sometimes dafka means abstaining or giving up that which you're entitled to or that which is permitted in the pursuit of greater holiness. Yet Chazal felt that the reason the Nazir has to bring a sin offering is because he took wine, which could be used for such wonderful, beautiful, celebratory and sacred purposes, and he gave it up. He gave it up. Therefore, he has to bring a chatas, he has to bring a sin offering. And I saw a beautiful idea by Rav Kook, of Avram Yitzchak HaKohen Kook, Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh Levracha. Says something so beautiful, and I'll quote to you. He says, Im Nazir chotehu, v'tzarech kapara mishum shetzir atzmo min hayayin. If the Nazir has committed a sin, in that he has abstained, he's withheld wine from himself, he denied himself a permissible pleasure, and therefore, as a result, he has to bring a sin offering. Ha'adam tzarech litain din v'chashbon. So to every person has to give an accounting judgment. Al kol ma shera'a v'lo ne'aneh mimenu. So too we are held accountable for the things that we don't enjoy as well. Incredible idea. The same way that the Nazir is considered to be a sinner because he gave up wine, he gave up a permissible pleasure, a person is held accountable for all of the things that they did not enjoy in this world as well. And I think Rav Kook is coming to teach us such an incredibly profound and powerful lesson. Hashem wants us to be happy. Hashem wants us to enjoy life. Hashem wants us to enjoy His world. If Hashem didn't want us to enjoy His world, then He wouldn't have made it so beautiful. If Hashem didn't want us to enjoy food, He wouldn't have made it so delectable. If Hashem didn't want us to enjoy scenery, He wouldn't have made it so diverse. If Hashem didn't want us to enjoy going different places, then He wouldn't have made so many different landscapes and so many different climates and so many different topographical realities. Hashem wants us to enjoy the world. He wants us. He made a world for us to enjoy. And He made experiences for us to enjoy, but He wants us to enjoy it responsibly. And He wants us to be happy. You see, sometimes we think that like the sign of piety is like the more unhappy you look, or the more unhappy you present, or the more burdened you look. Oh, that's a tzaddik, that's righteous. No, Hashem wants us to be happy. Hashem wants us to enjoy life. Hashem wants us to enjoy the world. Hashem wants us to enjoy all of the beautiful experiences that He put before us. There's an important caveat. He just wants us to enjoy it responsibly. He wants us to enjoy it with Kedusha and Tara, with holiness and purity. But the goal in life is not abstention. The goal of life is not deprivation. The goal of life is enjoy all the beautiful things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us. Enjoy all the beautiful things that the world has to offer. Just enjoy it responsibly. And says Rav Kook, the Nazir brings a carbon chatos, he brings a sin offering, because he's denying himself a personal pleasure, a permissible pleasure. After 120, we also have to give accounting, not just for the Averos we committed, that we all know, but for the things that we could have enjoyed with Kedusha and Tara and failed to do so. Hashem wants us to enjoy. Hashem wants us to be happy. May Hashem be successful in this sacred and divine mission. Wishing everyone a wonderful day.